Mike, check 1 2 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and part of me feels like we have hit a little bit of a ho hum when it comes to the games that I've been hearing about that are supposed to be coming out in 2025. And what do I mean? I feel like this year we're going to see just another rendition of the same types of games that we've been seeing since Gen 7 and in some cases since Gen 6. Either we're going to get another open world hack and slash game, some type of turn based RPG game. We'll probably get some iteration of a first person shooter game, some type of Gears of War or Fortnite or Halo or something like that, some Call of Duty type of game. Obviously, we're going to get our healthy helping of 2D side scrollers, action platformers, beat 'em ups, and Metroidvania games. Of course, we're gonna get our little niche titles like our shoot 'em ups. We'll get our simulation games, our simulator games. We'll get our racing games. Of course, in every year we have to get our sports titles, which, by the way, shout out to everyone who's an Eagles fan. You probably had a really good night last night. But we're also going to get our sports games and different things like that. But I don't know, and maybe you guys can let me know down in the comments, but I don't feel like I've heard about any games that are going to be coming out this year that's truly going to provide a new and refreshing experience, giving us something that we haven't seen in video games before. A genuinely new experience. And, when I think about this, right, and I think about the games that I'm gonna buy and add to my collection, I think about the physical games that I want to add and the physical games that are coming out. And I feel like when it comes to buying games for the new age, right? PlayStation 5, the new Xbox consoles. I think about the types of games that I want to buy that are going to give me a brand new experience. Like, what game can I play on the PlayStation 5 that isn't going to feel like a PlayStation 4 game with better graphics or a PlayStation 3 game with better frame rate? What's going to give me a new experience, and what would it take for these gaming companies to give me a new experience? And my mind immediately kind of moves away from the games themselves in terms of the genres and gameplay styles, and my mind kind of moves more on the technology, right? The technology and the advancement in the technology that we're supposed to be seeing with each new generation and with each new iteration of a new gaming console. And when I think about the technology, right, of course, and I've mentioned this on my channel before plenty of times, my mind always goes back to virtual reality, because virtual reality really is the next frontier. I mean, how much longer, for how many more decades are we going to continue to either play video games handheld mode or play video games on a TV screen and call it new and innovative? Like, how many more years can we continue doing this um, before people genuinely want a new experience? And we've already gotten some forms of virtual reality. We've gotten it with, we've been getting that since the PlayStation 4. I don't know if there was a virtual reality aspect with the PlayStation 3. You guys can let me know down in the comments. I don't think there was, but I know for sure PlayStation 4 had a virtual reality headset. Obviously, PlayStation 5 has one as well. You've got the Meta Quest and things like that. And to me, just thinking about it from a technological standpoint, that would have to be the next frontier to give you a brand new experience when it comes to playing video games. And a big part of me wonders, like, why hasn't that taken off yet? Um, why isn't that more popular than it is right now? And is it because of affordability? Do people not have the money to purchase the virtual reality components for their consoles? Which I totally could understand, right? If you're already spending rather $500 $600 on the console, and then each of the video games are like 60 $70, to then have to turn around and spend a few more $100 on a virtual reality headset, for a lot of people, that's just not, they're not either A, willing to spend the money on that, or B, it's just not affordable. It's completely out of their price range. And a big part of me wonders, at what point will we get to that place where the average consumer, the general consumer, will say, you know, I want something different. I want to go out and I want to get this virtual reality experience, because I'm kind of tired of just doing things the way I did them before. The other part of the reason why I'm thinking it may not have taken off is, have we gotten any virtual reality games that are that compelling? Have we gotten any truly compelling VR games that would make, someone who's absolutely not into virtual reality, someone who has no interest in it, say, you know what, I now want to go ahead and check out this VR game because I've been hearing so much about it. So many people are talking about it. It's getting so many reviews. And I can't say that I've heard that. I can't say that I've heard or seen any type of VR game that has created such a stir or a buzz that would cause the general public to say, I wonder what that's about. Now, if there's any manufacturer that has the ability to create that type of a buzz around virtual reality games, I would think that it's Nintendo, right? Because Nintendo, in my opinion, they own the most popular character in all of video game history, and that's Super Mario. Everyone knows who Super Mario is. And it's unfortunate that they haven't dove into the virtual reality aspect of things yet. But I feel like what we're really waiting on is the first virtual reality Super Mario game. I feel like when there is a Super Mario VR game that's released, one, Nintendo's gonna do it right because they always pour a lot of money, time, and energy into anything Nintendo brand. So you know it's gonna be done right. But two, if they do it, and it's of course it's too late for them to do something like that with the Switch too. But maybe in their next console, which hopefully isn't called a Switch 3, hopefully it's called something else. Maybe in their next console, if they do some type of iteration of virtual reality and they release it with a Super Mario theme, like Super Mario's Virtual World or Super Mario's Virtual Galaxy, or I hope they don't just call it Super Mario VR. That would just be very bland. But I feel like if they did something like that, it would bring the regular consumer, it would be enough of a draw to get your average consumer to stand up and say, Super Mario in virtual reality? I wonder what that's about. And for Nintendo to do something like that, I feel like they would have to do it big. It couldn't just be like virtual reality goggles. You'd probably have to do like Super Mario gloves and probably Super Mario boots or Super Mario shoes, maybe a Super Mario helmet to really immerse you, the player, into that world. And I feel like, me personally, I feel like that's the next leap that I'm waiting on. And I know PlayStation has been trying, for a few years now to kind of, you know, leverage that virtual reality market, but I just don't think that they haven't captured enough young people. That's what it is. They haven't captured enough children. And I think Nintendo, just given their track record, they might have the ability to enter the virtual reality space in a way that really attracts the eyes, ears, and minds of children, because that's really the target market. But I'm interested to know what you guys think about the this concept. What are your thoughts on all of this? Let me know down in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.